Hume, football time and the excitement of footy and netball being back, and none more excited than down at the Oaklands Oval. And Ben Brendazic, the chemist from Urana, joins us. Hey Ben, how are you?
Yeah, well, Wayne, it's been such a long time since I've got to speak to you and everybody, so I hope everyone's well. And yeah, it was great to get back into some footy and netball last weekend. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. And your club, the Billabong Crows, are out and about and flying high, as they like to say down there. But unfortunately, last week, Holbrook set you a merry dance with a 14-22-5-9 win on your home deck. Holbrook look like they've recruited a big schedule of players and look like they're going to be right up there.
No, yeah, they looked absolutely fantastic, and we we were left lacking. It's I suppose we're all a little bit rusty. We haven't played a lot of footy for a couple of years, a lot of us, but no, Holbrook are extremely fit. They're extremely impressive, and probably if they kicked a bit straighter, we probably might have been embarrassed a bit more than we were. So no, we've got a fair bit of work to do, and Coach Kerr and the boys will be looking forward to putting in a better effort this week. But no, they were very impressive, the Brookers. So no, they'll be hard to beat if they keep playing like that during the year. So no, congratulations to them.
And certainly, looking at your side, and I noticed that you've lost some really key players from the 2019 side that got you into your first ever final series. Big Harry Stonnell has gone over to Jerilderie, George Sandrell down to Cora Rutherglen, whilst a couple of players, Carl Dunstan and also Riley Kerr, have gone down to Thaguna. So a fair few losses, and probably just Dylan Flanagan, and then that you've got him back into your side. But is that the problem? You've lost some top-end talent?
Not necessarily. I think the one that's really hurting us is obviously Harry going back to Jerilderie, and Bronson Schofield, who's gone back to Yarrawonga at this stage. He's been a real big loss for us. And listen, with George Sandrell, he's a young local boy who's wanting to take his footy forward, so going into the Ovens and Murray's the logical step for him. So no, listen, footy clubs lose players and gain players all the time. We can't use that as an excuse. We think we've got a pretty good list still. We just need to put in a better performance. But yeah, listen, it's always disappointing to lose good players. There's no doubt about that. But no, you can't use that as an excuse. We've just got to keep moving on and go from there.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, moving on with Kerr, the captain, coach, Jason Kerr, that is. Zach Kerr was very good also for the side, but it was Dallitz with a couple and McKinlay for the Brookers, and Carmen, their better player. As we take a look at other matches in round one, and the top of the pops is Osborne, 20 goals, 15-135 to beat the Brockburham Saints 10-4-64. There's no hangover season for Osborne here because they played last year. No one else did.
Yeah, that's right. I must admit I was a little bit flabbergasted to see this score when I got back to the pub on Saturday night. It was unbelievable. We thought this would be a hell of a closer game than what it was. Brockburham have been one of the outstanding sides over the last few years, as have Osborne. But no, listen, they've obviously hit the ground running and, really served it up to the Saints. But listen, they'll be looking to be better this week. Damien Thibodeau's been cleared from Cora Rutherglen, so he'll be able to play for them this week. But, I think there's hopefully this week will be a better reflection of where everybody's at after we've also blown out the cobwebs per se. But no, really impressive performance by Osborne, and they're probably going to be the side to beat once again.
Yeah, the big man, Hayden Armstrong, come back to this league. He did play with Ramwell-Bundry Waller some seasons ago. He's been up in Canberra, and he booted 7, was an absolute revelation. Ward with 5 was good too. They were the best two. And Neander, 3, talented couple, and also Bolton, a couple, Weaven and Anderson with the Brockburhams, are better players. But, gee, they were struggling. And they were struggling too down at Lockhart. I was a bit surprised at this result, but CDHBU, they've had a really good off-season in bringing in some talent into the club. And the Power, 11-15-81 to Lockhart, 5-7-37. If you don't mind, it was down at the Painted Water Tower, so she was an absolute ripping win by the Power.
Yeah, there they were. I had one of the CDHBU guys come through Oakland on his way home from Lockhart to tell us how good they were going. No, they've recruited well this year, the Power, and they had a good call list there anyway, and they've just improved and obviously had a really good pre-season. And yeah, they served it up to Lockhart at home. So no, very impressive performance by the Power.
Yeah, Lockhart will want to get some more from their recruits, but Wheater and Harrington both get a couple, and Harrington, Jones and Brown, they're better players. And Cannon with 3, and Smith a couple for CDHBU. Couchard also scored, and it was Butler, Smith and Pratt who were on fire for the Power. And Ranwell, Bunbury, Wallace start their season well. The Giants 11-16-82 to Howlong 9-7-61, and this looks like a Giants side that could trouble some teams this year.
Yeah, they have. They're a new coach, a few new players. They've recruited reasonably well as well. I think they've lost a few as well, but no, they've had a really good, solid start to the year, the Giants. And I actually have a business at Waller, and a couple of occasions I've seen them train, and they look like they were in pretty good nick. And yeah, they've started the year off really well. And I think the Spiders will be reasonably happy with an effort away from home. We've got them obviously tomorrow. So, no, a really good start for the Giants. And as always, they're always there or thereabouts, and they'll be looking to keep put their best foot forward this week as well.
The coach is in good form. He kicked a couple, and Garricky and D. Leschke, B. Leschke and Cole Hagen, those old German names, they got to cracking for the Giants in this game. McDonald and Goodwin, good for Howlong and Murray with 3 goals for them, while in the other games, Henty 17-14 to Murray Magpies, 5 goals, 12, if you don't mind. Henty, who've gone local this year, as they say, not too many big names, but gee, they will be happy with a win to start their season.
Absolutely. I mean, Henty have always had really strong juniors. They've been able to bring a lot of good young players through. And yeah, you're right. They have sort of made a focus to try and bring back some local talent to the club. And listen, that talent's pretty good. They had a really good win over the Magpies. And listen, they're struggling at the moment. I think they'll be much improved from what they were last year, but still, no, Henty way too strong. And I think we'll watch the Swampies this year. I think they'll surprise a few clubs. So, no, congratulations to the boys from Henty.
Yeah, the two S. Turlicks, they were pretty good in this game, kicking goals, and well played to Hoare. Also, the coach was happy, Heath Holland, and they're looking the goods this year, the boys from the red and white down there in the swamplands. And Culcan 11-12-78 beat Gindera 11-4-70 in the closest match of the day. And who would think that the old-timers would be scratching their heads and saying, Culcan won at home at Waller?
Yeah, no, the old Waller ground's copping a bit of use at the moment. A fantastic performance by the Lions in their home away from home. Yeah, no, the Greater Hume Council's in a good move. Done some work to the Henty ground and the Culcan ground and the Holbrook ground, so a little bit of moving around. But no, really good performance by the Lions to start the year, and no, they've been really impressive the last few years, and hopefully they can keep that going.
They certainly were with Pryor with 5, and Bockick and Grenchel the better players, and Galvin booted 4 for Gindera, and don't be surprised if Gindera push a little higher than what many might have given them credit for. Middleton also in their good players. Okay, we've got round 2 action this week, Ben, and it is going to be a terrific round of football. No doubt about it. There'll be big crowds out again as there was last week. CDHBU get Henty at Corrine, and what a game of footy. Both coming off wins last week, and 2 of the clubs we might have thought may have been in the lower half of the draw may well find themselves at the top of the table after this game on Saturday night.
Yeah, well, they'll be both cock-a-hoot after good wins last week. And I must say, the ground at Corrine's will be absolutely pristine. I saw a picture on social media yesterday. It looks an absolute treat. So, no, the guys will have a fantastic day running around on that wonderful surface. But this will be a great game. They'll both be cock-a-hoot of, starting the season off well with wins. And listen, I'm going to tip what some may see as an upset here. I'm going to tip the Power tomorrow. I think they'll be really buzzing with their performance last week, and at home I think they'll probably just get over the Swampy. So Corrine for me.
Yeah, I reckon Mick Collins and John Pratt will have them fired up, that is for sure. How long take on your boys, the Billabong Crows? A little road trip over to the river, and will it be a happy one for Crows, or will there be some Spiders that'll just bite a little hard in this game? Billabong Crows need a win here.
Certainly do. I mean, listen, it's only the second game of the year, but after our performance last week, we'll be looking for some improvement. And listen, I think we'll give a much better account of ourselves. But it's always a hard game over at Howlong, and they're in the same boat. They'll be looking for improved performance as well. So of course I'm going to back the Crows, Wayne. But yeah, no, listen, it's been an interesting day, and again they've had some wonderful facilities installed over at Howlong as well. So it'll be a really great day for all of us there. If you're around the area, come down and have a look. But no, well, hopefully the Crows will get up. But it'll be it'll be a wonderful afternoon of football regardless.
Gindera take on Lockhart at Gindera. Gee, the Bulldogs here for mine might just surprise Lockhart.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Doggies, after their performance last week, will take heart, and I think they'll be too strong for the Demons. So no, Doggies for mine.
There's nothing like a clash between the Osborne Paddocks and the Ramwell-Bundry Waller Giants. While Bundry and Osborne used to have some ding-dong battles in past times, now we're going to watch them take each other on. It's down at Osborne's home deck, and gee, they'll be ready and raring to go, and they look like the best side in this comp just at the moment.
Yeah, they do, but I must admit, if I sort of scratch off the dust, Wayne, a couple of times we spoke in 2019, I'm quite certain the Giants beat Osborne at home. I'm pretty sure they seem to be their bogey side from wherever we've had these discussions over the last couple of years. So I don't count the Giants out, but no, I agree with you. I think Osborne will be way too strong at home, so the Tigers for me.
The Calcan Lions get a real chance down against the Murray Magpies to get another win.
Yeah, they will. I think I'll be too strong for the Magpies, so no, Lions for mine.
And Brock Burham, they need to find some form, and they go over to Holbrook, well, actually to Waller, because this will be played there in a second week in a row using that famous ground. And the Saints, might come up a zip too, because Holbrook are in good form, and I'm tipping Holbrook to win it. Yeah,
so am I. Damien Kipno, who obviously we all know from both AFL times and also from his expert goal kicking in the Hume League. He'll be back for Brock Burham this week, but no, after seeing Holbrook last week, I think they will get the chocolates at Waller. So no, Brookers for me.
Oh, she's a good week of football, Ben. Out and about around your terrific Chemmart chemist shops at Walla Walla and Jerilderie, and also Narandera and even at Urana. So we look forward to your comments here on football throughout the season, and also with our other guests on Hume Football. And you have a great weekend.
Thanks, Wayne, and same to everybody.